One of the biggest things is the sense of community that we have. Um, I know my neighbors know me. I may not be best friends with my neighbors, but we know each other and we can go to each other for help. I mean, for instance, say I'm cooking and I run out of salt. I can easily go to my neighbor and be like, oh, I ran out of salt. Can I have some salt? And no one will find it strange. Community, is important to us. It's knowing who your neighbors are, knowing everybody, and being able to depend on each other.
The strongest culture for me from South Africa is Ubuntu. It's a Xhosa and Zulu word which my value system says I am part of my tribe and my clan, which is the community, and my values are those of the clan. I am supported by them and I support them. That's the strongest part that creates the sense of community.
My grandma specifically because she donated cleaning material and food supplies for local primary schools, a government school. She came up with a meal plan for the children to have breakfast every morning, which was beautiful, and the community really appreciated that. And how whenever they're in need, they come to her and she helps them, she lifts them up. She's helped a lot of families get on their feet. As she says all the time, she just says give. And there is so much power in that one word.
Oh, mambo, unaendeleaje?
Nipore say hapo.
Sijakuona for long. The person is older, you have to greet the person with lots of respect. For the ladies, you have to go and like shake your hands and go down this way. But for the men, they just have to like stretch their hands and just say like hello, how are you doing? They value their relationship with people to the extent that even though they have like meetings, they'll want to know how you've been doing and get into a deep conversation with you, knowing very well that it's gonna be rare for you to see them. You take good chance of the opportunity that you get and just get to know somebody more than any other time that you'll get later on.
So, something that I really appreciated about my culture is the way my parents had raised me. So, when I was little, I've never been really praised for every little accomplishment or every little milestone in life that I'd had. And I think that made me a very humble person and a very motivated person because I was always striving to do better and better. And not that they weren't appreciative of me, but they weren't as vocal. I personally really appreciated how they were very subtle about their appreciation for me because
So we have this festival in the Philippines called Adiva. It's coming from from the language Ibaloy, which means it's coming together. It happens once a year in the Philippines. There's one meal given for all of the people for free, and then anyone coming from any other culture or us can go there and eat. And just remembering our culture from our Igor tribe, it's just part of me. It's not Spanish influence, it's just us. It's my culture, it's how I grew up. And
Okay, so in Australia, we have something that's called the Welcome to Country, and it's a ceremony performed by the Aboriginal people, the elders and the custodians of a particular land in a region of the country. And it's a really great way for the elders and the original inhabitants of the land to share their culture through song or dance or words or speech. And it's also a great way to show respect to them as the original owners of the land. And in Western Australia, the South Australia where I live in Perth, the Noongar people are the original custodians of the land, and they perform the Welcome to Country at events that are hosted by most people. And I thought I'd try and share something that they say, the Noongar people, in the Welcome to Country. So here it goes. Kaya nuna kort, wanju wanju, nija nunga buja. Nguni kort, jurapin wanganini nuna kort. Hello everyone. Welcome to Noongar Country. We are happy. Our heart is happy to be speaking to you all.
In China, we're taught by our parents that we should not leave any food left in our bowls because every bit of harvest is a sweat from the farmers. And this saying came from an ancient poem in Tang Dynasty by a very famous poet. And the spirit of appreciating what we have from the others has impacted me a lot until today.
The one value that we really appreciate about Germany is acceptance, which really has become a big asset of our culture over the past 7 years.
And that value of acceptance has manifested itself in myriad ways in German policy, for example, that we've accepted 1 million refugees in 2015 and are still opening our borders.
Yeah, of other cultures that have just made us a better country, I think, and have allowed us to open up to the world more.
But it's not the same kind of welcoming of like, oh, hi, but it's more...
It's more sincere.
It's very sincere, and like if you have a German friend, it's gonna be your friend forever.
So one thing that I appreciate about my culture in Brazil is how family and kids relate to each other. For example, sons and daughters, they keep up with their families for a long time. If they're not married yet, they can live with their families till they're 30 or sometimes 40. And even when they get married, they still live nearby. It's one thing that I appreciate about my culture, how families relate to their sons and daughters.
At home we have a really special party that it's called Carnaval de Blancos y Negros. We celebrate it in January. It's a whole week. It goes from the 2 to the 7th of January. It is in Pasto, Colombia. So we're basically celebrating the fusion of different cultures and perspectives at home. There's all people around the world that come and join us and celebrate with us. It's a really important parade. It's one of the most important parties at home.
Jintong is like our major parade, and it's an expression of ourselves, like who we are as Bahamian people. You know, the music, the dancing, the costumes, and it's celebrated on our Boxing Day, which is like super awesome because well, what I've been told is that Boxing Day came about, you know, the day after Christmas when there are a whole lot of boxes left over, and so, you know, why not use the boxes and create costumes and, you know, dance in them and make music and just put on this big party. And so that's what Jintong is. It's a huge party, and, you know, expresses who we are as Bahamian people. It's amazing.
You know, people invite each other into their houses. That's kind of a sign of just a lot of warmth and friendliness. Share time and stuff like over food. That's a big deal. Is, you know, everyone has their Sunday brunch outside. There's Sunday football. Sports are really big, and country music is a big deal. That's kind of where it came from. The South, Tennessee, Texas, the southern states. So, you know, every other person listens to country.
When I was in high school, there's a part of Atlanta that is the most diverse square mile in the U.S. because of the concentration of refugees that are there. And my mom works in the area teaching English. We got an opportunity to mentor a new refugee family from Burma. Our job was to kind of introduce them to American culture and kind of help their transition. And it was such an amazing experience of giving and them giving to me as well. Like, we really connected through music. I specifically remember the time at Christmas when we sang Jingle Bells and played instruments, and they sang it in their language and I sang it in English. And it was just a really cool experience because music.
Is July 1st, where we celebrate Canada Day. People go places such as Niagara Falls or major Canadian landmarks. Everybody comes all decked out in red and white and all Canada gear and all that kind of stuff, and everyone comes together and watches the huge fireworks display. And then at the end of it, the best part is that everybody kind of joins together and sings the Canadian National Anthem. Love and unity and peace and joy.
I love you.
我爱你.
Mimi napenda wewe.
Kijorata. Mkonga. Los quiero mucho.
أنا أحبك.
我爱你.
Te quiero.
I love you.
Eu te amo. Memi Arharche.
Te amo de todo mi corazón.
Este mío.
Watashi wa anata o aishitemasu.
Te amo. 我爱你.
I love you.
Aku sayang kamu.
我爱你. X liefde.
Te quiero.
I love you.
Ich liebe dich.
I love you, mate. YesWW.
Ndabakunda mwese.
I love you.
O oile.
Jilitia. Toyoba.
Nakupenda.
Mahal kita.
Living for today. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.